we're getting ready to welcome a seasonal favorite back to the capital city. The annual Carolina Lights Holiday Drive-Thru will welcome patrons back starting December 8th, and we get to enjoy the final product year in, year out. But how does all of that magic happen? Our Justin Walsh gives a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to light up Carolina and how the team makes sure the fairgrounds looks and feels festival for everyone to enjoy.
As we enter the holiday season, when the sun goes down, the city will light up. Throughout the month of December, you can only drive so far without seeing some sort of string light lining a Midlands home. But if you're looking for an experience like no other, a Carolina Christmas classic returns for another year.
And it just really is fun and very rewarding to see them come in, and especially, you know, the kids' eyes get this big when they see all the lights.
The Carolina Lights are set to illuminate the South Carolina State Fairgrounds later this week. The drive-thru experience has become a holiday staple piece for many across the Midlands. The entire production is quite the sight to see, but how does it all come together in time for the holiday season? We see the final product year in and year out, but it has to start somewhere.
Many people just take it for granted in the world of prepping for big events like that. There are just a lot of details that go into it to make sure that our patrons come in and have a very safe and enjoyable event, which is what we are striving for.
With a production of this size, you might assume that it takes months to assemble, coordinate, and test to ensure perfection. In reality, the team has an extremely small gap of time to make the magic happen. And when you put it all into perspective, it is no easy feat.
Oh wow, I mean, I'm sure you've got over 1 million lights, you know, just with everything, with all the trees and all the other areas that we do. Yeah, I'm well over that.
Over 1 million lights, and believe it or not, the success of the display can only be broken down to the credit of about 15 team members. And the Carolina Lights isn't just a copy-paste deal year by year. The team is constantly striving to offer a different experience for every attendee that drives through the fairgrounds.
We have over 100 of the different type of displays that we have, from dinosaurs, flamingos, palm trees, everything else. We try to change it up from year to year, and then we bring in a couple other different new items every year too.
George Crow and his team are hard at work day in and day out to ensure that the lights are an experience to remember. And if you're curious as to how long the team has to make it happen,
as long as they have to make it happen and open on December the 8th. There, you just have a limited number of days to do it, and they get it done.
This year in particular is an example of an extreme time crunch because the team only has 12 days. When the annual Carolina-Clemson football game is hosted at Williams-Brice, the setup date gets pushed back. So as soon as the fans have gone, the work commences.
We kind of looked at it like, oh, we got to do that. But anyway, once we get it going and once we see the finished product and when it's lit up, it's a good feeling. And to see the way people react to it, it's a great feeling.
So where does it all begin? How can you possibly decide which tree to wrap in lights first and what display goes where? The team has their system, but the name of the game is preparation.
Stringing all of those lights in the trees, that's a really big effort, and we really start with that ahead of time, and just determining exactly, you know, where everything is going to be placed.
Drive-through holiday lights displays are all across the Midlands. You know what you're getting yourself into when you purchase those tickets, but each has their own unique experience to offer as you turn every corner. The reason why the Carolina Lights team works so tirelessly in such a short amount of time is all for the community response, spreading the holiday spirit, joy, and happiness for everyone who passes through.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to see everybody, and they all seem to enjoy it, and they have a good time, and really the kids, that they're excited about it. They open up the sunroof, they stand up, look at it, and they just have a good time. Doesn't matter how cold it is.
It's certainly quite the show, but none of it is just for show. The team wants the display to look its best, so every patron feels their best. You can only tell so much in the daylight, so day or night, the team is doing all they can to ensure that that magic is preserved.
You can see the lights in the daylight, you know, and you're thinking, okay, after you get them up and you start, you know, then you cut them on, you drive through, and then of course there's a lot of tweaking to have to be done about that, just to make sure that it's right. So that's all part of the process and the plan as well.
So when you drive through the Carolina Lights this year, try to remember all of the work put in to go from this to this. Justin Walsh, WIS News 10.
A lot of magical memories that they make there. Along with the annual lights display, by the way, and the cookie kitchen, the Carolina Lights will also have some doggy treats ready for the attendees. You got to take Teddy.
Teddy needs some. Yeah, he'll like that.
Take the four-legged family members out there. But we were just talking.